Alright, so the weather's finally cleared up. It's time to get some stuff done around here. No rain in the forecast. Still very wet and muddy though. So, but we're going to move the layer flock and get them over here on this side of the yard using our Premier One fencing. So there's still some runoff from all the ice and the rain and everything we've had, but it's good enough. It's not going to come up anymore, so we should be able to put them over here for a few days. I'll show you the area where we've had them, and it's time to move them off of that. So we move them back and forth every so often, and we'll move the little paddocks around that we make for them. So the layer flock that'll be over here is about 50 birds. It's our main flock, so about 50-55 birds. But so we're going to get that done today. We're going to probably transplant some stuff out into the garden, into one of the gardens. We're going to work on some little areas blocking off some fencing and stuff. So we've got a lot to get done, so we better get after it. Casey.
You want this?
You can see our cover crops coming up. So this is the area where the chickens have been, and smaller area. We overseed it with stuff for them to eat on. So it's winter time right now, so it's looking a little beat. Take a chance to show you something here in just a second. And when we got here and started on this little property, this area where the garden is, there was only about an inch and a half of topsoil. It wasn't the highest quality. Below that, solid clay from when they excavated for a pool, pushed all that clay up here. So over the last 3 to 4 years, we've done a lot to improve this soil. We've deep mulched it with wood chips, with composted chicken litter, straw. We've planted cover crops. We've had several different iterations of what the garden is. In some of our videos you've probably seen that. So this is where we're at right now. I just want to show you the difference between having good organic matter and not. So we've got an area that doesn't have any wood chips on it, and I can show you the difference, how that ground reacts to lots of water. So if you look at this area, you know, it's soft because it's really wet, but it's not muddy. It's got a lot of organic matter, and it drains well. It holds water when it rains, as far as watering things, all the plants, so you don't have to add water, but it doesn't get so saturated and nasty that you can't walk on it. If you come over to the areas that we're just making changes to, you know, there's some shavings and wood chips and stuff in here, but not near as much. So it's more exposed. That's what we want to get away from. So it's starting to dry out a little bit with sun on it. It's very muddy. So definitely not what we want. So we'll get this covered back in and get some cover on it. And it'll be a lot better. Are you done?
What am I doing? I'm trying to get some of this water away from the barn. It's just completely trapped up there by the gate. Too much or not enough?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this water from off here and out of under there, so that it can drain out of here, so that the mud will turn back into dirt.
Start right here on the edge of the gate. Work our way up to the green. I think they'll be distracted with the green. You gonna get them? Help me make chicken?
Sure.
By the way, if you let one of your kids put away the portable poultry netting, fencing, make them get it back out next time, because you know it's going to be tangled up. Guess I scared them.
Do what?
So I guess I scared them.
Walk them this way, kiddo.
Go around and come back.
Keep walking out towards the grass.
Keep on going, chicken.
Yeah. Kind of ugly when I do it.
So you probably picked up by now that the chickens have access almost entirely around the garden. We've got a chicken door on the front of the coop and one on the back, and depending upon where we want them and what season it is, they either come out the front end of the garden or out the back. And there's a little yard behind the garden, or behind the coop, and there's a alley over here. I'll show you. If I think about it, I'll put a overhead picture so they can come down through there. We've got it blocked off right now since we're sending them around to the other yard, and then go down here to that side yard, and then we have a gate that we put in there where we can get through to do whatever we need over there. And then we have the chicken tunnel. And they come around this side yard. They can go into this tunnel and show you what it looks like in there. Go right down there. And for now it dead ends. But we may put it where it carries on around the last side of the garden. But it is but it's just built from a trampoline frame from a neighbor that wanted to get rid of a trampoline. So we took the frame and built this, and then we took the fabric off the trampoline, and it's the shade cloth over the small chicken run where we have the Easter eggers in there. So it's all about reusing stuff and making do with either what you got or what you can get your hands on, and repurpose it so it doesn't go to landfill. So this worked out perfect. Very little in the way of cutting or modifying. I just had to trim pieces off a little bit. We used some conduit to run the length of it to reinforce, tie it together to stretch the wire over. We got chicken wire and garden fence over it so they can't get out of here, and it works well. So like I said, right now they've got access around 3 sides of the garden. They help keep the grass from encroaching and pests. The double fence helps keep deer or anything. We do have deer in the area. They don't bother us too bad because of traffic from the road and stuff, but I have seen prints going through the yard, so tracks going through the yard. But so we don't have any problems with those getting in the garden. We've got the livestock guardian dog and the shepherd that help control any other pests, varmints trying to get in, and then the cat takes care of squirrels and rabbits and stuff. So it works good. If you can set it up to where you got double fencing all the way around your garden, that'll really protect it from deer and stuff getting in. And you can also use it as a moat for your chickens to get around your garden. They can help with the bugs and everything. They'll keep everything ate down in it, and so they can see all the bugs as they come through. You can plant stuff to grow up on the fences. They can eat off of that. Also provide some shade in the worst part of summer. So we'll do a little more in depth on some of this stuff as we go along. So.